अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज पाकिस्तान ने सुबह 4:05 पर ईरान के सूबे सिस्तान पर हमला कर दिया। तो पाकिस्तान ने भरपूर जवाब दिया है। अब इंडियन मीडिया की चीखें देखें, इंडियन मीडिया कैसे चीख रहा है।
By Pakistan in Iran is what section of the Pakistan media is reporting on. Reports of Baloch separatist militant groups like BLF, BLA hit inside Iran. A source claims that Pakistan has conducted drone and missile attacks inside Iran near the Pakistan-Iran border. There is no official confirmation from either Iran or Pakistan just yet, but we have in fact some information via the Pakistan media which is reporting that there have been retaliatory strikes by Pakistan against BLA militant targets in Iran. Reports of Baloch separatist militant groups have been hit is what we know. Joining us this morning is Hamza Azhar Salam, journalist from the Pakistan Daily. Thank you so much for your time. What is the preliminary information that you have with you right now that you can share with us? Because this is a section of the Pakistan media reporting on the retaliatory strikes.
Yes, thank you for having me. We've received information from credible sources confirming that Pakistan has struck Baloch Liberation Army and Baloch Liberation Front targets in Iran. And this is a retaliatory strike after Iran's unilateral and unprovoked strike yesterday in Pakistan. So this is a retaliation from Pakistan's side minutes ago.
Do we have any confirmation or any word from the government just yet or from the defense just yet?
Well, not at the moment, but it is expected that Pakistan's Foreign Office will issue a statement in this regards in the hours to come.
We're also, in fact, over the last 2 days or so, seeing further escalation of tensions between Iran and Pakistan, diplomatic tensions. Just talk to us about what your sense is from how the government there is really perceiving the situation, especially after there was a lot of chatter around the press release. It was released because Pakistan's initial response essentially was seen as meek.
Well, yes, you know, the attack by Iran shocked the Pakistani nation and the Pakistani government. It was completely unprovoked, and according to the Pakistanis, it was unjustified. Just hours before the attack, Iran's foreign minister met Pakistan's interim prime minister in Davos, providing a very sufficient opportunity to discuss any kinds of bilateral issues. And yes, there was a demand within Pakistani people that there should be a retaliation in order to create deterrence so that such an attack is not repeated. And now with reports coming in of a retaliatory strike minutes ago, I think it echoes the sentiments of the Pakistani people.
Also, as far as this particular strike is concerned, if you have any more details that you can share with us, the militant group BLA has been hit, is what we understand.
Yes, we're just receiving information as I speak, and we're receiving information that BLF is acknowledging its losses in Iran. We've also received a video originating from Telegram channels of these Baloch militant groups. And in one video, which I've tweeted as well, we can see that perhaps there's a militant who's running away after the carnage of the attack. So still, we only have preliminary footages and information, but as far as the authenticity of the attack is concerned, at least in our newsroom, there is no doubt that the attack has taken place.
In fact, I'm just going to come back to you in a moment from now. Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan also getting asked more details on that story. Geeta, what is the preliminary information that you have?
Exactly like Hamza was saying, that there are only some reports, a few videos and photographs that have emerged from Iran with attacks that Pakistan has carried out as a retaliation to the attacks that were carried out by Iran. on BLA and BLF, that's Balochistan Liberation Army and
Right.
Balochistan Liberation Front targets within Iran. This is a war between Pakistan and Iran being fought to take out militant targets, Neha. So it is actually quite interesting, but it could also be quite escalatory.
Definitely. Also, given the fact that Pakistan already has spoken about the fact after the attack from Iran, Geeta, that this was unprovoked and that 2 children, including 3 girls, had in fact died in these attacks from Iran.
Well, absolutely. And the fact over here is that in any other given situation where 2 countries fight terrorism together, cooperate on terrorism, Sneha, there is always intelligence sharing. Iran would have shared intelligence with Pakistan and vice versa had there been trust. But the fact that there's trust deficit in taking out these militants between the 2 nations is the reason why we saw Iran carry out those strategic strikes after the Qasem Soleimani death anniversary attacks within Iran and the police posts in Sistan Balochistan area that were attacked by Sunni Islamic State terror organizations. And after carrying out investigations by Iran, they zeroed in on a few terror organizations, and Jaish al-Adl militant organization was one of them, which
Right.
is why the strikes were carried out by Iran yesterday. And now Pakistan has retaliated, taking out militants again within Iran.
You know, Hamza, I also want to talk to you about the further escalation of tensions in this particular region. Until yesterday, like I said even earlier, the statement from Pakistan appeared to be, you know, many would say rather meek and timid, a timid sort of a response. And in fact, there were speculations that maybe a military response from Pakistan is not something that really is going to be expected. But if you were to go by the reports and by what the Pakistan media is in fact putting the focus on, that there has been retaliation on the part of Pakistan, we can expect, in fact, tensions to only further escalate in this region, isn't it? And that is rather worrisome.
Yes, indeed. The region is facing a lot of violent extremism, a lot of violent conflicts, and Pakistan so far has evaded the war in the Middle East. But it seems that by Iran's unilateral actions, Pakistan is being coerced to play its own role in this conflict. And yes, it is expected that tensions between Iran and Pakistan will escalate following this retaliatory strike by Pakistan. But as far as Pakistan's interests are concerned and Pakistan's territorial sovereignty is concerned, there is a lot of strategic clarity in Islamabad, which shows that Pakistan will not tolerate any attacks on its territorial sovereignty, whether it's from Afghanistan or from Iran or from any other neighbor who chooses to do so. And according to security officials we've spoken to, it seems that Pakistan's defenses are prepared, and the Pakistan army stands ready for any and every eventuality.
All right, I'm going to, in fact, thank you for the moment, Hamza, for joining us with the very latest on that story. And like you've also indicated that the BLF essentially has acknowledged that there have indeed been losses in Iran.